stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy Awoof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial star 888 star recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
You're almost there. Just get the diaper from the shelf above the TV.
Okay, I think I got it. Yes.
Are you sure you got it? Maybe I should come home.
Relax, love. It's okay. I fed him. He's smiling. I'm just saying you could stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy Awoof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial star 888 star recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. And sitting in the studio with me on my right is Mrs. Adiri Bigbe. Morning. We've seen the ring.
Good morning, sir.
I want to
Are
make
you
it-
sure you've seen it?
I've seen it. I've even felt it. Not have I just felt it. You know, I got it's a very good sample, and I'll soon. Yes, I'm going to buy one like that very soon.
For who?
That's
For,
not.
for why?
That is not the issue. I'm going
Is
to
that
buy
you're
one.
going to buy?
I'm going to clone it.
Oh my goodness.
Also, public announcement is that, as far as I am concerned, the lady sitting next to me is no longer Onyinye. As father of all,
Oh my
the name
God.
I'm giving you is Morenike.
Why What does Morenike mean?
Morenike means that somebody that you would, I don't want to use the word pamper, but somebody that you would take care of, and so on and so forth.
Oh, it's a beautiful name.
And that also means I'm going to keep an eye on Mr. Adeli Bigbe. Over Tafili Fili.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, today we are going to take it nice and easy because the subject we're going to talk about, depending on which side of the divide, is a nice, relaxing subject. But I know that when it comes to these issues, calm down, Oye, calm down. You're wondering what it is. Okay, I have somebody. I don't want to call her an activist, but she's quite very vocal about issues, public issues, but you never really get to see her. I noticed that she was calling on to my programs, and I noticed she comments in newspapers in fits and starts and short things like that. And I know that with some people, they're gathering together today somewhere. I can't do that announcement to talk about women and the challenges that women face. Her name is Mrs. Stephine. Is it Stephine or Stephanie?
It's Stephen.
What's the difference between Stephine and Stephanie? That is where, from there now, problems don't start. Everybody is Stephanie. How did you become Stephine?
I am a Christian, a Catholic. So Stephanie.
Stephanie is different from Stephine.
That is what it is.
Oh, it's a variation. Ah, okay, yeah, like Jimmy now. Some people call me Jimmy, and I get very angry with that because my name is Jimmy, short for Fola Jimmy. Anyway, Mrs. Agwaje, how are you?
I am fine.
Yeah, fine. Calm down. The issue of women is not something to fight. I mean, when she's talking about this issue of women, that she can get a bit. I don't want to use the word worked up, but her adrenaline can rise. She's very, very passionate about it. So she's gotten together with some women. I can't tell you where. You have to find that out yourself. And to talk about women's issues. What issues are there that men don't have that are different from issues that other people don't have? I can't understand. Even here, we are guilty. We have a female line. We don't have a male line. We have a general line. This line is not. Why are you looking? This is a general line. It's not male line. And we have a female line. What is it? What's so special about women? What are the things that I face? Talk to me. Convince
Obìnrin
me.
ni mí, mo pé lọ́lá. Èmi ni ìyá ọba. Èmi ni ìyá àjòyè. Èmi lọ́ba ń
This
wárí
is an English
fún.
session, so you have
Yeah.
to. Why don't you even sing it in your own language?
Auma sampe.
Okay, fine. So let's get down to business.
Wow, I'm happy to be a woman. The hand that
I'm happy to be a man.
the hand that rocks me rule the world. The heart that welcome me, welcome the world. I am humanist. I am love. I am that thing you see that you are happy. Oh, I have a woman in my family. My home is safe. I am Isaka.
Okay, can you just now tell us in verse, so that this is not the campaign ground. Just tell us what is so special about these women issues that you always tend to set aside. Men don't do that.
We are being marginalized. Even nature
By
did
who?
not give us the chance as a woman. I'll tell you.
What do you mean you're being marginalized? By who?
Yes. By men. It's a man's world. They caught you doing something, you will be penalized. You will be crucified immediately.
If a man does something, you'll be penalized and crucified.
You will be given a soft landing. He's a man now. You can't compare yourself to a man.
I don't get that. Is that what it's all about?
Yes. They are looking at us like a second fiddle, weaker vessel, which we are not. We are strong.
You make it sound as if women are in competition with men.
No, we are not competing with you. All we are saying
Don't
is...
say me. How are you sure I'm a man? These days you can't.
You just said it that you are a man.
These days, just say men. Don't say you.
Okay,
yes.
men.
Then, so I don't feel like I'm under attack too.
Okay.
And besides, there's no guarantee that I'm a man.
Okay.
Yes.
We as women, we want to be heard. We want our voice to be heard. Look at us. We are beside you. We are your shoulders. We are your neck. So look at us as if we are yours. Don't be intimidated by a woman.
I don't know where this is going, because it's beginning to sound as if women. Is it a Nigerian thing or is all over the world? As if women believe that they're endangered species. I mean, God help us. The next president of the world's biggest nation, Nigeria, will be a woman.
Kudos to women. Up you
She
women.
didn't get there. She didn't get there because she's a woman.
She got there because she deserved it. She worth it.
Exactly. She didn't, and she's not making any claim because she's a woman.
Of course.
Which is what I have a quarrel with. You, for example, you say that women must be well represented in the political field.
Yes.
The political field is simply an issue of numbers. If you present yourself very well, then you'll be accepted.
And women are more.
There's
When
no
you do
law.
the census, women are more.
So you should be talking to yourselves. Ideally, if women are more, like you said, then you should be. Then something is wrong.
Then you
Because
allow
at the
us.
end, no, there is nothing called allow. If you in politics, if you want to, if you want to show up yourself, you have to go through the mill. And so this idea of having women talking about allow, if it were appointments, maybe I would understand. You want a fair balance. But when it comes to things like elections, you have to go fight it out.
Will you allow your wives, your daughters to go out and vote? Will you allow them to do that thing that they are supposed to do? You will tell them you are a woman, take care of the home, take care of the children.
Life is not like that anymore. I'm sure, Mrs. Agbaje, you know that. Yeah, here your husband has allowed you to come here to talk about these things. So what are you saying?
I am just one in 50 women.
No. I believe that. I believe that a lot of these things are exaggerated. Women who are ready, and don't just want to rely on the fact that because they are women. It's an open playing field. Look at what you have. Look at CEO of banks and name it. Women.
Yes.
So this idea of having something special for a woman, I just don't understand.
If you have a daughter who is close to you, let her want to be the president of our alumni, where we have more men. It has happened to me. They said let us have like 5 men rule before a woman will come in.
That's where you belong. Where I belong is not like that. If a woman is good enough, why not?
I've heard from other women
So
too.
this thing you are putting together for the women today, these are the things you're going to talk about?
No.
What are you going to be talking about?
We want to build the women. We find out most of us have low self-esteem. I'm a woman. Let me don't talk. They wouldn't listen to me. No. Talk because you have something upstairs. We want to build them. We want them to connect with fellow women who has passed through that teeny line. You may not understand. Women, we pass through teeny line.
What's the teeny line?
Childbearing. You want to bring forth a child and you lost yourself. Yes.
I don't get that. Yeah, do you get that?
I think I have an idea, but I don't know.
You know?
I think I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's the same thing.
So what else are you women going to be discussing today?
We are going to be discussing how you can find purpose in yourself.
Do you have to be a woman to find purpose in yourself?
I am a woman, so I will talk to a woman to find purpose in herself.
So if you have a son, you can't tell him to find purpose in himself.
He will find purpose in himself. His father will put that
Because
to
he's a man.
him.
But guess what? Men are usually closer to their mothers. And it's usually mothers. Even the great fella Nicola Pokuti, it was his mom that set him
Yes.
all through life.
Yes.
I mean, so
He took after the mother. That's why women must be strong, because we build the boys to men and the rest, like our sons, our younger ones. Like me, I have 3 younger guys. They are my younger siblings. So they are looking up to me. That's why I have to be strong. My self-esteem should be high. I had to build myself. I shouldn't be broken. Why we have this our youth losing it? Because women are broken. If you are broken, you will bring forth a broken child. Yeah. Once you are broken, you bring forth a broken child.
Okay, to talk in general, because this line of activism, to be honest with you, I don't quite understand. I don't feel it. But generally, what advice would you, for example, give to women? Let's move on a safer ground.
Find your purpose in life. What is it you're good at?
That is valid.
What is it you are good at? If you are good at talking, talk positively. If you are good at selling, you can sell pepper and excel from there. All of us will not end up a white collar person. No. You can be a shoemaker and be super. Lady cobbler. You could be a barber. You could be a fashion designer.
Yeah, they're all that.
You could be an engineer. You could repair phone.
But don't you think, Mrs. Agbaje, that the world now, the average human being on the world is self-purpose driven? The world has gone beyond anybody feeling. Again, I use Kamala Harris as an example. I use Hillary Clinton as an example. I haven't really heard them mention anything. Even the great Margaret Thatcher. So the world has gone beyond that. But do you think that women are particularly shortchanged in this country of ours?
Yes.
In our own immediate
yes. Our family, our culture is so against women. Your husband died, you will be tortured for a man.
Yeah, but that in your own area, for example, it's been taken over by laws. Women are protected in that area.
Yeah, but how fast will it happen? Yeah, how fast? A man dies, anybody can die. If a woman,
not anybody can die, everybody will die.
But the woman, you will go through widow. You will go through a widow's right. They will barb your hair. You eat. You won't wash your hand. You use it to rub your hair. You will be built. They will build a house for you outside, a small hut. That's where you sleep.
Yeah, does that still happen in your own side of town? You're from the east, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Does that still happen?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know.
No.
Okay, nobody you know has died. Okay, it's a discourse with Jimi Disu. I brought in Mrs. Agbaje because she keeps going on and on about this woman thing they're gonna have with her friends, and so of course we can't give you the details. And I was just curious enough. I wanted to know what exactly is that all about. Are you the kind of people you are thinking of? Are they the educated type, or those who? Because you do find some people have NGO for widows. I don't agree with NGO for widows. I don't like that appellation widow. I think it should start and end when the burial rights have been, they're over and done with, and every widow or anybody called a widow should go and start her life all over again. I don't like people going through life. Your husband dies when you're about 24, 25, until the rest of your life you're being called a widow. I don't think it's right.
Until you remarry.
Neither do I think it's the attitude. No, I think even if you don't remarry, you should start your life. I was vetted by one NGO to address widows, and I give them a real talking to. Why are you calling yourself widows? Get up and get something done with your life. Okay?
You're right.
Okay, the discourse. We'll open up our lines now. I know that my first caller will be Mrs. Obode. She will have something to say. The number is 0201 2770999. Let me start all over again. 0201 2770993. And the female number 0201 465 7190. Let's pick this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Uncle Jimmy, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Michael.
Yes, Michael. How are you?
Please, greeting to your guest. Let me make my point. I would like to know where she get this idea, this old idea that this thing is still happening. Bobbing your head, and see, the way they are making this thing, they're making it look like women are in a war with men.
Yes.
Like you told her, if you are good, you can achieve whatever.
You can excel.
You want to, you can excel in whatever you understand. Because the way they are doing this thing, there are even men. There are men that are not built to have sense. You understand?
Yeah.
Men are not angels. We have stupid men, if you can excuse that word.
No, yes, I mean, you're right.
The same way we have stupid women. So when they start making this thing like it's a battle grab or it's a war, you see those stupid women who are not, who does not have the capacity to understand, they will take up arms and make it look like, see, there are so much trouble. Let us try to bring this thing down. All these wars of men and women are doing this. It's not true. Let us stop doing this thing. Understand what we should be talking about, how to bring this thing down. It's too much problem already. Okay. When people like make it look like the women are at war with men.
Okay, we will bring this thing down. We'll bring this thing down. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy. This is Moses.
Morning, Mr. Moses.
I think this thing is overrated and is causing more damage to women than good.
Yes.
Because the truth is that nobody is stopping any woman from doing anything.
Exactly.
Women are even gaining more than men because men have some spread for women. Rather than them to help their fellow men, they help women first. And apart from that, nobody is stopping any woman to excel. Nobody anywhere is stopping any woman to excel. If you're married to a bad family, it doesn't mean the whole woman in the world or in Nigeria are married to bad family. So we should stop exaggerating this thing. There's nobody stopping any woman from doing anything. I don't know why. You say you want equal rights. Now they live in the female line in Nigeria. Is that equal rights? For female can call men line. This thing is exaggerated both in the internet and everywhere. It's causing more damage to women. It's even making the men hate women. It's not nice.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, that was the company policy to have a line for women. You want to pick another call? Okay, pick from female line. Yes, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank God there's a female line.
I know.
Thank you, my sister.
We'll quench that call. I don't want to
Good morning.
I don't want to hear that voice.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning, Madam Agbaji.
Morning, Mrs. Obole.
Uncle Jimmy. So, for those who think there's no male line, there is a female line, there's a general line, and there's a male line.
There's no male line.
There is. Please ask. There is, sir.
I'm asking. I'm in front of me here. We have a general line and a female line. But let's go on.
They do call a male line as well. It ends with 0993, sir.
That's a general line? Anybody can call that. Go ahead.
So I really don't want to conflict what your guest is saying with what some people are trying to raise. Maybe she came with the wrong approach, but I believe if I'm going to see through what she's saying, I don't want it to sound as if maybe she's a feminist or something. So just saying that what they are trying to build today has to do with giving the women a voice. There's this general thing initially, it has stopped now. Anyway, you say it's a man's world. And I want to believe, let's hinge whatever she's saying this morning on the 3 F's. That's family. A woman comes from a family, the man, the woman, and the children. Fitness, they are trying to propel the woman into speaking up more, not confining herself. And then that's where the.
But when you say speaking up more, Mrs. Oboli, you're a living example. I think of all our callers, you're the most prominent. So when you talk about speaking up more, I don't think women are discriminated against, against such that it calls for concern anymore.
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes,
I believe
Mrs. Oboli.
Some people want to live in denial. If you put if you set a field now, okay, there's this marginalization. Not maybe in your own company, but in some companies. I told you my friend lost the husband. That's why I said some families as well. My friend lost the husband, and she has 3 kids for the family. Uncle Jimmy, she's about to be thrown out now by the family.
That is not because, it's not principally
that
because...
That is why I'm saying some places. I'm not saying...
I know, but also for you to know that it's not principally because it's a woman, it's because the family generally are bad behaved.
That is what I'm saying.
Behaved.
So
if they that kind of family, 1 second, man.
So
that kind of madam, one second, man.
Open up in a wrong manner, but she's trying to say something.
Mrs. Oboli, that kind of family, you would also find if they had a woman who was very well off, married to a man. If the woman died, they'll kick the man out. Yes, we've seen it happen before.
Uncle Jimmy, if you have to, how many percentage?
Thank you, my sister.
She has become your sister now.
Thank you so much. Long live. I don't need to know her. She's a woman.
I'll be there if I know.
Okay, all right.
I'll get your number from Uncle Jimmy.
No, I'm not into that. I will get a number from me. Let's call the next line. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. This is Joy.
Morning, Madam Joy.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sister.
What she's saying is the truth.
Yes.
The way, I don't know, is majority of our men in this country, the way they treat women. So, whether we admit it or not, is going on. That is it. Whether we try to cover it, that is what is going on, Uncle Jimmy. That is what I want to say this morning.
Okay.
If you like some men come out, they try to cover things.
What is
going on.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. This is the war of the sexes. Hello. Morning.
Good morning, sir. This is Malik speaking. Good morning.
Hey, Malik.
Good morning, brother.
I'm fine. Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
I was thinking of having 4 children.
Okay.
But due to the economy, I have 1. And I wish to have 2 female.
Yes. Go on.
A female child never forgets their home.
Yes.
No matter how it is, you will give them 10 naira for food. They will send 20 kobo to their family before they will start thinking about their own. But the male child, the moment you get girlfriend, you can abandon everybody.
So your family should throw you out too because they are...
No. It's not like that, sir. I'm just trying to go somewhere, sir. What I am today,
yes,
is my small life,
yes,
was done by my elder sister.
Yes. Okay. We'll have to take a short break any minute from now.
Right,
what is most important is that it's not a competition. It's not. I just believe, and I think my personal belief has come in here, that sometimes a bit too much fuss is made about these things. But it is true that women need to be educated at least, so that those who have that mindset that is a man's world need to know that we live in a world of equal opportunities, and you just need to grab it. So just have about 2 minutes, 5 minutes more, okay, of opportunity. So if we have 5 minutes more, then we can take one more call before we excuse Mrs. Agbaja, and she can go. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning.
My name is Ken. I'm calling from Agbado. I love girl child, and by the grace of God, I'm ready to train my children to any height they can go by the grace of God. Because if you look at the Bible, Esther, a woman, and she led her people to victory. Then Deborah also. So, but when James Brown said it's a man's world, the next verse you now see, the next line say, nothing without, you talk about there's nothing that man, let's say woman and girl.
Yes. Go on. Also, we lost him. Okay, so that's where we'll end it for today, Mr. Thank you very much for taking time. Now you have to run to your seminar. Hopefully one day we'll be able to take you up on full time on these issues. Give my regards to all the women who are there.
Yes,
I'm a father of daughters. I'm the son of a woman.
They were here.
And very soon, this thing on Oyinye's head is going to go into somebody's hand.
Amen.
You think so? We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back. I need to get the paper.
Subscribe daily to Nigeria Info, and you'll be sure glad you did.
Whose dad is the police officer who's cocking his gun to shoot at me because I don't have 200 naira to give him?
Europe is concerned about Taiwan because America is concerned about Taiwan.
You can't say you don't like trouble. Well, trouble has come, so what are you going to do? Negotiate?
It's all day long, 24/7, on your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. Talk that matters to you.
When you marry, you don't cheat.
The most common drug that damages the liver is paracetamol, what we call acetaminophen. People think that paracetamol is just paracetamol. I can take paracetamol. No.
Do you know I've been monitoring elections since 1999? Rigging of elections takes place not at the polling unit, but at the collation center.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Okay, I think I got it. Yes.
Are you sure you got it? Maybe I should come home.
Relax, love. It's okay. I fed him. He's smiling. I'm just happy you could stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy a woof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial star 888 star recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
You're almost there. Just get the diaper from the shelf above the TV.
Okay, I think I got it. Yes.
Are you sure you got it? Maybe I should come home.
Relax, love. It's okay. I fed him. He's smiling. I'm just happy you could stay on the call for this long. I hope I haven't finished your airtime.
Oh, it's fine. I recharged using MTN Awoof for you, and it gave me a whole 6 times airtime bonus, so we can talk as long as we want all day long.
Enjoy a woof that makes sense with MTN Awoof for you. Dial star 888 star recharge pin hash for 6 times the bonus on your next recharge. You can also use the Momo or the My MTN NG app to recharge. Terms and conditions apply. What are we doing today?
And now, we are back on the Discourse with Jimi Disu.
You're welcome back to the Discourse, and this is the part of my job that I enjoy. I wish I could have an extra 1 hour to go through the papers with you and analyze the news. I could do that for hours on end, but I have just about 30 minutes, and I thought, let me give you an idea of what's going on in the papers. Onyeka Wenu was buried yesterday. Her request was that she should be buried quietly, and that's exactly what happened. It was a very private ceremony somewhere in Ikoyi, and that women has good soul, rest in peace. For want of wanting to find out who might have been there, it was reported that Peter Obi, who is a family friend really, was also at the burial. Also in the Vanguard, there's this story that might interest you, and it talks about why our security can't track kidnappers. An investigation has been done, and the NCC says that the fault is not from their end. Kidnapping now has gone completely haywire. And I think that part of the problem now is that too many, all the forces that would have been used, or, personnel would have been used in finding and tracing these kidnappers, all of them have been compromised, from NCC to the police, and most of them, not all of them. And it says here, the NCC says that the fault is not from our end. And a retired senior police officer says this, and I want you to listen to this one, which is the reason why you need to go and read this story. He says that politicians use the tracking device for mistresses, not even wives, to track. They use the tracking device, politicians, mistresses, and their enemies instead of criminals. I'm sure that kind of tracking device must have been used on somebody like me. God knows. There's a story here that says that the opposition is in disarray for 2027, but I think it's early days yet. When sometime this week, Chief Bode George had told Atiku that he would not be running, that he shouldn't run for presidency in 2027, and that he believes that 2027 he should come to the south. I remember having said to him that the bigger problem is how we are going to survive till 2027, and PDP being, really should be the opposition, and the senior position that he occupies, he should concern himself more with how this country is going to survive, because the rate at which we are going, we might jolly well be extinct before 2027. And I said it, of course, I've gotten all kinds of reactions. Some people even said that Atiku was my paymaster. I said, how many paymasters am I? Don't let the LIRS come after me. How many paymasters am I going to have? Well, the honest to God truth, it's of very strong concern. And this is not even a political matter. because it affects everybody. And as far as I'm concerned, if you give me a guarantee that a Tanzanian can turn this country around before 2027, so be it. All this north-south, whatever, sometimes can be overplayed and overstretched. We're in a terrible situation. I remember there was a British Prime Minister one time when the UK had very serious challenges. He went and got his head of police of the Met from America. I think it was a New York police captain or so. So Nigeria needs now a turnaround wherever it might come from, whether it's from Madagascar or from wherever it might be. And so that's what you have in the Vanguard. What else? What other story would interest you? Listen to this. Less than 24 hours after the president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, honored police invitation over alleged criminal conspiracy, terrorism, financing treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime, the police have issued a fresh summons to the NLC president and the general secretary, Ima Ugbuaja, to appear at Force headquarters on September 5. My God. This time around, the NLC president and the general secretary are to answer questions over alleged criminal intimidation, conducts likely to cause breach of public peace, and malicious damage to properties. Now, where is all this going? They're being invited by the Force Intelligence Department. So the Force have sent them a letter. They sent a letter that in furtherance of investigations into alleged cases of criminal intimidation, conduct likely to cause breach of public peace and malicious damage to properties in which your name featured, you are requested to come along with Comrade Emmanuel Ugbuaja for an interview with the DIG, intelligence, and so on and so forth. And they say, of course, the letter says that your cooperation in this regard is highly solicited. Now, I'm a bit uncomfortable with this particular one, even though, the initial one I had said the president could jolly well go find out what exactly it is, but this coming immediately after, I don't know where this drama is coming from. Honestly, I don't know where this drama is coming from. But the Labour people are saying that they will not be intimidated. The story says here, addressing journalists on his return from Force headquarters over an hour after, Ajero insisted that the Labour movement could not be intimidated, declaring that the allegations against him were baseless. After all the huffing and puffing of the initial invitation, he spent only 30 minutes. And all this letter writing, why can't the senior officer involved just take a drive down to him and say, look, there are a few things we just like to clear. And all these writing letters, it's just raising tension in the polity at a time when there are other very strong issues that we have to contend with. I hope that both the police and the NLC won't have themselves to blame for where this might jolly well end up. Okay, so that's what it talks about. Proposed coalition against Tinubu being threatened. All this is politics. These days, I don't trust anybody or anything. After the experience we had in the June 12, somebody like me had in the June 12, whatever, it's been very difficult to get me to sign up to join any group of people because you just don't know who is who. You don't know who the person that is most vociferous on these issues could jolly well be the mole. So if they say there is disarray, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Okay, there's another story here. Aviation story says that outrage has frequent flight disruptions, unsettled passengers. The lights keep going on and off at the airport. And guess what? Bruno Labbadia, who had been employed as a Super Eagles coach, and it's a pity she called in. She's not feeling too well. She should have been here this morning for the second half. What's her name? Ada, our own Ada, was going to discuss the issue of the coach. only for me to hear early this morning that the coach has even turned down the job. So sometime next week, I'm going to get Ada and maybe one of the other sports people to look at the issue. What exactly is this issue of coaches? And so, yes, so that's what you have in the Punch. In the Guardian, the front lead story here says that why Nigerians' love for GMOs may lead to food colonization. If it were only food colonization, I wouldn't even mind. The truth is that we've been told over and over again that these GMOs do not produce healthy foods for us to consume. Okay, and what else do you have here? Stakeholders' voices can shape minimum admission age to tertiary institutions. They're talking about the 18-year age limit, which I support, for admission to universities. I want to make that very clear. I support that we need to have an 18-year age limit for admission into universities, because universities are for adults and not for kids. And we don't want our universities brought down to a point where, as we speak now, we have 1 or 2 universities that have PTA. That's why you find some of our graduates, some of them are still not behaving responsibly. We should realize that it's not just about book education. You have to have matured people to run this country. I was telling Sheriff on, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, back in the day when there was no youth service, as soon as you finished university, you were employed at level 8. If you were outstanding, you were moved up to level 9 or level 10 to head a department. If, as at the time you're in university, you're 16 or whatever it is, and you're still sucking your thumb, by the time you become of what use would you be? And also, I also believe that this rush sometimes is to satisfy the parents, to satisfy their ego. Oh, my son graduated at so and so. Of course, there are some exceptional cases. There are some students who, distinguish themselves very early. They're geniuses and so on. Even those ones have to be controlled. That is my belief, but it's a personal. Somebody said maybe it's because it's easy for me to say because they think that I might not have children again because of my age. And I said, who says? There can still be a triplet. In fact, there could be 2.
Do you want there to be?
Ask me the question now.
I said, do you want there to be? Because it sounds as though...
If I wanted them to be, there won't be a stray bullet.
That's another angle. But the way you used to drop the disclaimer every time it comes up is like, are you hoping for stray bullets?
Life is not over till it's over. Al Pacino had a child at 70-something, almost 78. Whether it's right of him to have done that or not is neither here nor there. He had the child.
That'll be interesting. So you start school runs all over again.
You start school runs. I was just told of a woman who gave birth at 54 recently.
Wow, amazing. Yes. Beautiful.
54. There was one that we couldn't lay claim to very well at 60. But this 54-year-old is somebody that all of us knew. But so had a child at 54. So I personally believe I believe that we must be ready to have adults producing universities, matured graduates, not just have graduates. Some of the graduates that you see, when they come for interviews and so on and so forth, and that is where the private universities are better, because they get them well grounded in, across the board. But that's a story for another day. I don't want to start that debate now. Okay? Now, the Nation has a story here that says Boko Haram invades Yobe school and shoots students dead. Oh, my God. And some people, the medical students, talk about their 9-day ordeal in the kidnappers' den. Now, this story is very significant, but is hidden on page 7 of the Nation. I'm sure most guys would like to hear this one. The NNPC seeks private firms to operate Warri and Kaduna refineries. the solution to the issue of our refineries is that they should be sold. Pure and simple. Government cannot run these refineries. The Port Harcourt refineries that they made so much fuss about till date is not functional. The Dangote refinery that he went through all the pains, whatever it is, to set up the refinery, to get them to supply him petrol in Naira has become a problem. I think that has been resolved now. Maybe by next month. I don't know why it became an issue in the first instance. And that is simply because don't bother your head trying to figure it out. It is very clear that a lot of untoward things are going on in that industry. And a group of people have held us by the jugular. And they don't care. They don't care. The stories that come out of the oil industry and all this, it stinks to high heavens. Almost to a point that you cannot even talk about some in public. You know, for decency's sake and then for fear of what might jolly well happen to you. Very strong and powerful cartel. Very strong and powerful cartel, if you ask me. Okay, our lines, I'll open up our lines in case you want to call in and have one or two things to say. There's also this Nigerian-born Ndukwe who, his name is Nigerian-born Kelechi Ndukwe, is a Navy captain and he's been given a warship to command. And even though is Ndukwe and is might be of Nigerian descent, he's an American, and therefore our official again, who did that, and in correcting her, I got so much insulted in the social media. I saw as congratulated him again and say you are proud of him. No, especially when you are an official in your private capacity, you can say because he's Nigerian descent. Well, he's an American, and don't jeopardize the confidence given to him to command the warship if they believe that he has roots from other countries. Do you understand what I'm saying? What does a Nigerian government official have to do congratulating the man who is running a U.S. warship? We need to be very clear in these things. And like I said, specifically it was Abike Dabiri, and she went and insulted me, called me Agbaya and things like that. Yes, she did that, and she did it again. And what I asked her that time is, are you congratulating? Because that time it was MPs. She was, and one of the MPs had to say that, look, don't spoil my garden. I'm just of Nigerian descent. I'm not a Nigerian. I don't know. Anyway, so that is that. But I know that is a good feeling. But don't start rushing to him to help you employ. Can you help me put this boy? Put him on the ship. Oh my God! I'd like to. This skipped my mind, and I'd like to quickly go back to it. To plead with the police to please show some restraint, make up their minds what they want to do or not want to do with Ajero, and stop heating up the polity by these letters that are going left, right, and center. I'd like to plead with them. They should be more strategic in the things that they do. Otherwise, the impression you get is, I'm beginning to get, is that they just want to rattle him. If you keep sending him letters, he comes in for 30 minutes, then it means that probably you want to. Well, with the new advent of the two security chiefs, the new DSS and NIA chief come in, we hope we'll see a different approach, especially with the one of the DSS, who comes highly recommended. He comes highly recommended, intellectual and so on and so forth. We hope we'll see a completely new approach to handling security matters. We'll discuss that next week. If we can pin down, maybe as usual, we'll probably pin down Blade anyway, because he's the one who I think so far, from what I can see, has the clearest mind on these things. And maybe one or two other people. So we'll probably do that next week, sometime in the Daily Digest, maybe Tuesday or Thursday. Okay, so let's pick one of these calls. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Yeah, great. This is Watagwan from IKD.
Yes.
Great. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Uncle Jimmy, you've said a lot about Nigerian states and the situation on ground, right? I'd like to take about the age limit to admission, all right?
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that, I'm putting this question to you, sir. I respect you a lot. If you know your pedigree speaks for you. What is the way forward for Nigeria to forge ahead? For we to go out of this mess? What is the solution? I'm asking you, sir.
You're asking me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'll give you a very short answer. Primarily, in fact, I can't even give the answer now. It's 9:52. How many minutes do I have? Well, it's very simple, and 4 minutes, fair enough. It's very simple. The way forward is for all of us to make up our minds that we want to move the country forward. Our minds are not made up yet. That's where the problem lies. Because you see things that are so clear, yet you dive into it. You want to plant, you're planting corn, and now you want to harvest pineapple. Like Americans will say, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. We know the truth. But because of our personal idiosyncrasies and so on and so forth, our religious beliefs and all these things, we are not ready to confront the truth. So the day Nigerians, majority at least, can confront the truth that enough is enough, our country needs fixing, whoever he might be, wherever he might be coming from, we need to fix this country before all of us get extinct. Our problems, that is the beginning of solving our problems. And it's also the beginning of my own weekend, because I'm going to leave the studio any minute from now and leave you with Mrs. Morenike, Mrs. Morenike Aderibigbe, a.k.a. Onye. I'll be back again on Tuesday, God willing, 7 o'clock and then 9 o'clock. I want to quickly go back home, drink my Ogi and Akara, go to a wedding that I have, eat a bit of the jollof rice. I've tasted a bit of it yesterday. You know what they did yesterday? The people who were having the wedding, they had enough rice for anybody who wanted to stop by to see, who wanted to say hello. That's how it used to be way back, and I've eaten the smoky rice. So I'm looking forward to eating more of that smoky rice. I want to use the opportunity, the incoming Mr. and Mrs. Adeite, I wish you all the best, and again, this is the beauty of Nigeria. The bride is from the east, the groom is from the west, and we are all happy to sit down together. We are in Isiagu, we are in Ashoke, and celebrating a birthday, a marriage, and that is what this country is all about. But for as long as we allow these politicians dictate the pace, we are not going nowhere. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3